And for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught times, especially between us, I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we? Joe and I realized it's time to do something different. And that starts with not only talking about Donald Trump, but also talking with him.
You would have thought they were negotiating peace in the Middle East, the way they describe how all of that went down.
No, well, they negotiated peace with Hitler. I mean,
right, but that's true.
That's
true.
Right?
And it did sound like maybe they were a little concerned that they were going to be in Guantanamo Bay if they didn't make this overture to President-elect Donald Trump. So why did they do this? I think it's access to people in power. Everybody in Washington knows President Biden watches their show every morning. They've had an open line of communication with him. They've advised him on certain things. And now they want the same with Trump. And I don't think it's a whole lot more complicated than that. They had bacon and eggs while they were having this discussion. It's much easier to find common ground when bacon is involved. So
Right.
that helps. Now, what did they say this morning?
So this morning, they were talking about the reaction they received yesterday after, putting this news out there that they met with Trump. And Joe said, yesterday I saw for the first time what a massive disconnect there was between social media and the real world, because we were flooded with phone calls from people all day, literally around the world. And it was all very positive and supportive, with people telling them, I understand what you did.
It's interesting because there's been a massive disconnect between Morning Joe and the American people for a long time, because if you watch that show, it was all about democracy, the threat to democracy, and Trump is, the second coming of Hitler and all of that. And it wasn't about the issues that people were actually voting on. And now it's like we need to reevaluate how we go about doing things on this show, because that's how out of touch they are with so many people.
Yeah, and it ticks me off because those people, and then like we have Sonny on The View, they put this out there and people believe it. Like Trump's a threat, he's Hitler, the way they frame things. And then you have people in real life who don't want to have Thanksgiving dinner with their family members because of the nonsense that they've been spewing. And Mika also mentioned in that segment yesterday that the last time they actually spoke with Trump was when Joe called him after he was shot. So they have a personal relationship where it's cool. But on TV, he's Hitler.
Right. Now, putting Sonny aside, because she's like in a whole different category these days, how many times have I said this? It's just that the American people aren't in on the game. The idea that these people who are on TV, on MSNBC or Fox News, that they believe half the crap that they say on TV, it's nonsense.